My best friend paid me to spend the night with her husband. When Luke fell asleep, I took Sandy's place as she went out partying. I waited for dawn, hoping Luke wouldn't find me, because I was trying to provide for my 2 children. Usually he slept soundly, but that night he woke up.
Sweetie, are you awake? I'm having trouble sleeping.
I mumbled something incoherent, afraid he would recognize my voice. Suddenly, Luke pulled me closer to him. I froze as I realized he wanted intimacy, and no amount of money would be enough for me to do that. So I pretended I needed the bathroom and stayed there for about an hour, hoping Luke would fall asleep. I got lucky that night. Sandy returned home in the morning as usual. I wanted to leave before Luke woke up, but she held me back and enthusiastically told me about her affairs.
Lori, you're missing a lot by not going to parties. The DJs are so hot. Plus, I get to hook up with a new one each day.
All of a sudden, Luke, who was awakened by our voices, walked in.
Lori, what are you doing here so early?
I was flustered and didn't know what to say. Luckily, Sandy came to my rescue.
Our single mama was partying all night, honey. She got so carried away that she mixed up addresses and ended up at our place. Maybe her husband loved her because of a similar mistake.
It was clear that Luke was uncomfortable upon hearing that. Yet Sandy kept laughing so hard at my silliness that he believed her. I rushed to leave, but she caught up with me to let me know I would have to sleep with Luke every night.
This month is the party festival. I can't miss anything.
I wanted to say no since I had a regular job as a waitress, and my boss had been noticing my constant sleepiness.
I'll double your pay. Who else will give you this much? I can always find another sleeping beauty.
I really needed money for my sons, so I reluctantly agreed. The next night, everything happened according to the plan. Sandy left to party, while I went to bed. However, Luke couldn't fall asleep and kept tossing and turning. Then he started talking about the weekend barbecue.
Shall we invite Lori? You think she's a silly party girl, but she works double shifts to provide for her children.
As it turned out, Sandy wasn't joking. While I was helping her, she would regularly slander me. It was a stab in the back, and I decided to break the deal. The following morning, we met in the kitchen. And I needed to have a frank conversation with her. Suddenly, I got a call from work. I was fired. They didn't need a constantly sleepy and tired waitress. After that, the deal with Sandy was my only source of income, and I couldn't afford to argue with her. Knowing it, she felt her power over me. Yet Luke walked in and stopped her gloating. When he found out that I had lost my job, he invited me to their weekend barbecue so I could relax.
Make sure to bring your little ones, Lori.
He even picked me and the boys up in his car.
Sandy doesn't feel well and couldn't come.
At that moment, I received a text message from my friend.
I have a terrible hangover. Keep Luke busy at the barbecue so I can recover.
I helped her again, and we had a great time with Luke. By the end of the evening, he shocked me.
I dream of having children with Sandy. We're trying, but it's not working out for us yet.
I was very surprised by those words. After all, I knew that she didn't love Luke and only needed him for the money. Perhaps I thought worse of Sandy than I should have. When we got back to the house, she was already feeling better. I took that opportunity, so I asked her if they really wanted to have children.
I take birth control pills. I don't want to turn into you, Mama.
It was time for us to leave, but Luke offered us to stay for dinner. Sandy jealously watched as I got along with her husband. She thought I wanted to take her place in the race for Luke's wallet.
Honey, is that sly Lori trying to bribe you with her kids? Don't forget that soon I'll give birth to our own children.
At that moment, I decided, enough is enough. That would be my last night there. Everything was going as usual, until my phone rang. It was the babysitter. I had to answer the call, but Luke woke up, and I didn't have time to run out of the room. Fortunately, the kids were fine. However...
Laurie, what are you doing here? Where is Sandy?
I told him the whole truth. Still, he didn't believe his wife was secretly going to nightclubs.
Sandy was right. You want to destroy our love and use your children to call into my wallet.
I was hurt by Luke's words, but felt guilty nonetheless. After all, I lied to him for so long. I went to the club Sandy was at that night and sent Luke the location. Please, come and see it for yourself. Several hours passed, and I started thinking he wouldn't come. Then I spotted him in the crowd. Luke was angrily watching Sandy flirt with some hot guy. However, she didn't lose her composure and chose to blame me for everything.
The single mother has no life and doesn't let others have one.
Laurie did it for her loved ones, unlike you. You'll get the divorce papers tomorrow.
We left the club, and I was about to go home when Luke softly grabbed my hand.
About work. There's a job opening in my company. Flexible hours and the salary would be perfect for a single mom.
I was so happy that I immediately agreed. Luke supported me and my family, and after a while, he asked to become a part of it. My boys finally got a father, and we began a new and happy life, without lies and deceit. 'Cause lies will never make love stronger, but only destroy it.